Mic is hot. So hot. Hey! Sorry, folks. Had a bit of Porsche royalty in the shop today, who I'll talk a little bit about. Let's see. We already have a question. First of all, let me get my cord right. There we go. Cord's right. Happy Whiskey Friday, everybody. Going to be a little shorter today, a little earlier today. Heading to the track tomorrow. So family has a certain number of days that I am required to be with them, and Saturday is typically one of them. I got a little special discompensation from the War Department and congressional approval, and I am now able to go to the track. Woohoo! So going to go take the 718 GT4 out and give her some laps and give her some fun, and that should be a good time. Should be a good time. We already have a question, which is great to start off with. Nick Rogers, best first Porsche to put a bunch of miles on, as well as approximate maintenance emergency fund you would recommend. Wait, that is seriously open-ended. We'd need a budget, first of all, to be able to answer that question reasonably. Second is, what are you going to use the car for? Just street driving? You're going to take it on the track? You're going to yada, yada, yada. So I would probably just leave that open, honestly. If your budget's less than 40, then I would look for something like a 987 Boxster, maybe. Boxster or a Cayman. Good starter Porsches, handle very well, can be done. A lot can be done to them in the aftermarket to make them faster. So maybe start with that. What all do we have going on here today? What happened this week? So we have a couple things going down. Finalized design on the 997 intake runners. We have finalized MRP according to our engineer, Mr. Antonio. We have been catching up on deliveries, which we've had a few back orders due to COVID. We have identified the replacement for our Mr. Peasy. The software that we use is MRP Easy, and we call him Mr. Peasy because, Mr. Peasy. See, get it? Identified a replacement part that we are actively pursuing to replace some of the throttle bodies that are currently constrained in our supply chain. So that should make everybody breathe a little bit easier once we're able to make that transition, especially us. Wing is on the pumpkin. I can't show you guys, but the wing is on the pumpkin, which is very exciting. Probably needs to be braced and appropriately fitted and all of that good stuff. And I think the wrong deck lid is still on the car, but we'll get there step by step. Let's see. We got six of you have joined us. Thank you for your Friday shenanigans. We are a little earlier than we typically are, so. Tarek, how are things in Saudi Arabia? Or you're in Europe right now? Got a friend, Tarek, from Saudi Arabia. He is a part of the GT car contingent in the Middle East, has been a longtime Dundon customer, and we appreciate you very much. So always good to see some OG Dundon folks here joining us in this new social media excursion that we are endeavoring upon. I don't have any pretty pictures for you this week. Although I can see Justin taking some pretty pictures of the pumpkin right now. So we need to have Justin's pictures end up with Eric so that Eric can get them posted on Instagram, and or just give Justin the login credentials to Instagram so that he can do it himself, which is also a potential that might happen. So we have a few very talented, multi-talented folks here. Justin on Instagram is the kid that tigs, and he is one of our fabricators and welders here. And he is also quite the photog. So we like to give him the opportunity, and he typically takes the opportunity. When he sees something pretty, he takes a picture of it. So most of the time it's not my picture, so that tells you how pretty I am. Had a special guest in the shop today, and that was really really exciting. So some of you may know the name Vasek Polak. Vasek's family was the first dealership for Porsche in the United States, in California. And Vasek was up here. He lives in on the Oregon coast and in Portland. And we met him through a mutual friend here locally in Gig Harbor who's worked on a number of older Porsches. We had a red 959 Sport here in the shop that Yosef had us do an alignment on a few years back. Yosef works on Group B rally cars, all the cool, crazy, fun cars. Yosef has connections all throughout Europe, and they'll send the cars to him, and he'll work on them. And through Yosef, we met Vasek. And Vasek is the epitome of original gangster Porsche. He's 72, still loves to go out and drive fast. He told me that the GT4 got up to 133 miles an hour today, which does not surprise me. He was out terrorizing the Olympic Peninsula. So any of you police officers that might have seen a white GT4, I don't know what you're talking about. He has story upon story upon story. We were comparing notes before he took off to make sure he didn't end up in jail. And he was relaying a time he was talking to Steve McQueen that Steve relayed that you can outrun a cop, but you can't outrun his radio. So that was the gist of what we were getting at with Vasek earlier. But he was up here driving our 718 GT4 to see if he would like to purchase it. And it's loves the car. He had nothing but rave reviews for it. He's interested in moving forward. It's nuts and bolts now, just figuring out, is it an assume the lease? Is it a take it with all the parts? Is it a this or that? Yada, yada, yada. So we'll get all that nailed down, but I'm hoping to have Vasek on with us at some point when it doesn't get so late in the day on a Friday, because he still has to drive back to Portland tonight. And we can relay some stories. Maybe we even try and set this up as a regular gig. Maybe once a month we get him on Zoom, or set him up with I have no idea. Eric will hate me for even trying to brainstorm this live on YouTube, but it's not abnormal for me to commit him to a whole bunch of stuff. Looks like Eric might have the pictures of the pumpkin with the big old bad wing on it. Let me see if I can figure this out here for a second. Give me 1 second. Get this pulled up. Probably not there. Maybe over here. Hey, there we go. Gmail. So how is everybody's week? I haven't heard nothing. We got a new president, so that's exciting. BU for, against, indifferent, whatever. New president means changes, so can be interesting, can be scary. No need to be scary because It's still America. It's America. Let me share this here with y'all. We'll go there. Go there. And come back to here. There. So this is the wing that the boys just installed on the pumpkin, although it looks like the deck lid needs to come off and get adjusted. So I'm not sure exactly why the wing got put on, unless that's the right deck lid. This hopefully soon will be the car I get to drive around, because I miss driving it. It was my first Porsche. It will be my first love of Porsche, a pumpkin GT3 RS. So yeah, anyway, enough about me. What's going on with y'all? Thank you, Taj Sport. Good to have you here. Ricardo Talado. Isn't it snazzy? It's super snazzy. It's a snazzy orange car. We got 8 viewers. This is exactly 4 less than what we had last week. That is not boding well for YouTube. We seem to get quite a few more on Instagram. So we'll keep trying here on YouTube and see what we can do. I do like the nice mic and the nice computer and the nice doodads, but you know, in the end, we're trying to talk to the people. We've got to talk to the people. So, we got some new dealers signed up. So this is something that Ted has been working on. No, well, that's careful there, Tarek, that there is a highly polarized nation, and some were supportive of the previous administration and some were not. And I, as a business owner, try to tread the fine line of not sharing my opinions as much as I can. I am opinionated about a number of things. I won't say that there are good people on both sides of it. I'm not going to go quite that far because I think that's crazy. But I think certainly we can do better as a nation. I think we can do better as a nation to come together. I think we can do better as a citizen that is paying for a government to expect more from government. These are my opinions, not any one way or another. When we're sitting face to face, happy to tell you more, but not in a public forum, not certainly being recorded for perpetuity. We got our dealer portal done. We got our dealer signups done. We have our affiliate marketing, which for those of you on YouTube, oh, sorry. Should just put it back on the webcam. Sorry. Hey, there we go. Like I said, he's going to call me a boomer, and I'm not even close to it. Gen X. But this is new to me. How about that? And maybe I should pay attention more. Maybe I should do a lot of things. Affiliate marketing. We have a new program that we're rolling out for those YouTube influencers, Instagram influencers, number of folks that makes it more goal aligned, so that if you are interested in being or getting something from Dundon Motorsports for less than what it costs, you are going to have to give something and show us that you are worth it. The way that we do that is make sure that goals are aligned and make sure that we have a way to track it, right? So we give you a code, you use the code, you get a little bit of a kickback from doing things online with the code, getting your subscribers to use the code to purchase things from Dundon Motorsports, et cetera, as if you were a commissioned salesperson, so to speak. So Nick Rogers has a question. What are some things you look for in a dealer besides a Porsche logo? Well, typically ask other Porsche owners in the area. Join a Porsche club. Go to a club event. Talk to people. Figure out where they're buying their cars from. You'll find that a lot of cars aren't purchased locally to where people live. I have not bought a car, barring the most recent one, from a dealer that was within 1,000 miles of me. So almost all my cars, the pumpkin that we looked at earlier, came from Orbit Racing in Florida a number of years ago. My diesel Cayenne came from Porsche North Texas in Plano, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, with the internet, there's no reason to have to buy a car locally. Just make sure it's the right car and you've done all your research and know all about it, and then you won't get had. So selling cars so you can buy more cars, that is a tough gig, brother. You have a lot of things to try and overcome in that regard. What else? So affiliate marketing, that's what's going on with that. We have a sign-up sheet shortly on our website. I know Ted is working on getting all that put together. We signed up some new dealers after we rolled out the new dealer program, which is super exciting. I think some of them may have even purchased some things. Let me check here really quick, which is astounding. And it looks like they may have. What did Michael Chang buy? From Evasive Motorsports. Hey, we got a quiet muffler and Nürburgring tips. Killer. Different Michael Chang. We're going to have to be careful because Mike Chang is also a longtime Dundon supporter who lives in Portland that has a 718 GT4 that I need to send his parts to early next week. So, very cool. Good end to a Friday. New dealer and some new purchases, which is killer. We're also working on, and watch for it, we're putting some things together with YouTube superstar Cars with Luke. So that's super cool. Let's see. Tarek has a couple quick questions. Diesel Cayenne, good SUV. The Diesel Cayenne's fantastic. And honestly, in your neck of the woods, for an overland car out in the desert with a long range that's super comfortable, it's very good. And you can set it up to be incredibly capable off-road. Check out our friends at eMotion Engineering. Different Michael Chang, retired tennis pro. That is also Michael Chang. I remember him from late 80s, I think. Tarek has another question. GT3 RS gloss white or satin white? What do you think? I have opinions. I'll share my opinions. I think satin is kitschy. I think it's overplayed myself. I think cars need to be glossy. They need to have shine. You should be able to see the ripple of light as it goes across it. That to me is very cool. So yeah, we're excited with Cars with Luke. We're still working out some details, but we're getting him. He just picked up a new car. We're working with him to get him an exhaust. So that should be fun. He reached out. We met or learned of Luke, and Luke learned of us through Tom Park, who owns a 991.2 GT3 Touring. He goes by Club Blau on Instagram, and Tom is a bit of a Dundon ambassador, and he's fantastic. Tom's just good people. Always a pleasant thing to say. Always helpful. Always looking to extend the brand and kind of work as an ambassador of the brand, which not just Dundon, of Porsche, which is great. So yeah. Anything else? I may sign off here pretty quick. I know it's only been 15-20 minutes. We're up to 9 viewers, and I think 3 of them are signed in from the Dundon IP, but that's fine. That's how it goes. We're going to try and put together some actual organized content for next week for everyone. And you may see Ted here in this chair. You may on occasion see Eric in this chair interviewing somebody. Maybe once we get the 997 intake manifold stuff, we'll have Charles up here talking about how it works, entertaining questions. And as we build our viewership on YouTube, we may switch back to Instagram because we had 20, 30 people on at a time, not 8. But I'm impatient as hell and want to get the message out and speak to the people as much as we can. So, all right, y'all, I think I'm going to... I cannot speak for Luke about what car he picked up. He's probably a little disgruntled with me even talking about things we're talking about. But that's fine. Only 7 of you now know. So I'm not super worried that I'm going to mess with Luke's jam. I am going to sign off. I'm going to go get ready for my track day tomorrow so I can actually keep the car on the track, not be with blurry eyes and not knowing what the hell I'm doing. And I will speak with all of you next week. Thanks so much for joining